And I'm back, students. Now, I just finished teaching a class, so the edges of my scar are coming up just a little. So I want to pinch that back down. Okay. I just step away just a moment to teach one of our other elements here. And it's starting to pinch up just a little. So that's another reason why, where if you had something called spirit gum, it's called spirit gum. If you had something called spirit gum, that could help a lot with making it just look a little more realistic, but also for it to last longer, because otherwise it starts to peel up just a little bit. And again, I'm not going to fix it right now, but if you needed to, you could come back through with Vaseline to smooth out these edges, because these edges are just a little bit jaggedy now, and that would help with that. You can kind of see the outline here, where you can tell that that's the wax here and here, where if I was doing this for a real production, I would want it to last longer, and I would I wouldn't want the edges to be as noticeable. Okay, now I have this fake blood. You can get this off of Amazon. The wonderful news about this fake blood is it's made non-toxic. What that means is that it's not going to hurt me if it were to go in my mouth. It would be fine if I would put it around the edge of my mouth. They recommend that we don't eat it. We're not eating this. This probably would taste disgusting. Doesn't really smell like anything, but I do not recommend eating, right? It says it's non-toxic, but it's mostly water and food coloring. Food coloring does stain a little more than other makeups. So just know that. Think about if you eat a cupcake and then your lips are a certain color after eating the cupcake, okay? I'm just gonna take a little of this. It looks almost like jelly, like you're gonna put it on toast. It's just this really dark red. I know it might be a little hard to see, but this really dark red kind of jelly from the food coloring. And I'm gonna slip it into the edges here of now my fake scar. And I might actually use the pokey end. Just a reminder, if you don't have a utensil like this is fine. Got this again on Amazon, but you can use anything pokey. Just to get that kind of in there. What would be really nice to use would be a Q-tip. Q-tip would get it in there really nice. I'm again gonna just put a little more in there. Again, this is not my real skin, so I don't feel it at all. I don't feel it at all. Okay. So there we have kind of a little cut on my cheek. Just a little cut, ouch. But again, does it hurt? No, it doesn't hurt. I'm being a little messy with my fake blood here. You don't have to be as messy as Miss Kirkham is being. So now, oh no, it looks kind of like I have a little wound on my cheek. Ah, I don't. I also have one on my arm because we just finished another class. So just showing, again, fake, not real skin, doesn't hurt at all, okay? I am gonna wanna close that up though, so that way my little jelly pack doesn't dry out. So I'm just gonna quickly get the cap for there. Now just for fun, because we're at it, why not? I also have a bruise wheel, okay? And this bruise wheel is beautiful, has lots of really pretty colors. I can make a nice little bruise here. I'm not gonna do much of a bruise, but I might wanna bruise under my eye just a little. So I'm gonna do my darker color here and just add a little. Again, I don't want it in my eye. Careful with my nail polish. Not nail polish, but my actual nail. I don't want to get my eye. Okay. Just add that kind of dark purple there. Okay. And if I wanted to add a little lighter purple on top, you'll see what it kind of looks like to layer colors here. Okay, and maybe just for fun, we add a little pink. Well, this is very pink, but it's gonna look a little reddish here, just because of the other colors. Okay, and then also a little green, why not? Show you how that switches it a bit. And a little yellow for fun. That might be a little too much yellow, just a little yellow. For fun, being careful about that nail. I got a little close to my eye there. Okay. And put it a little on my actual bruise and actual cut. I don't have a real cut, but there we go. So now I have a little bit of a shiner here, a little bit of a black eye, a little bit of a cut. Now how dark or light you make it is up to you, depending on the wheel. So some bruises are darker, some bruises are lighter, some bruises are fresh, some bruises have just been in the healing process for a little bit. I'm not going to add any more than that for now. If I wanted to, this little effect that you see, this little smeary effect that I have here, that was done with something called a stipple sponge. Stipple sponges are so fun. They look like this, like just a little spongy guy. But it has little grooves in it. So when you stick it in the makeup, then you can dab, and it gives that kind of little splattery effect, which is very fun. Very fun little splattery effect. Okay, now my friends, the other thing that you can do with a stipple sponge, you can make it look like you have facial hair, little beard. You can make it look like all sorts of things. Maybe you're a mermaid. If I were going to do a mermaid, though, I would likely use something called fishnet and put it over my skin and then paint over. Makeup is incredible. You can do scary things like this, or beautiful magical things like a fairy princess or a beautiful alien, or maybe even a scary alien too. Most of the time for makeup, for theater, we're using this kind of cream-based foundation. And we use a cream-based foundation on purpose. If you've ever painted your face at a fair, maybe they had face paint, it oftentimes dries and cracks. And if I'm on stage and I want to look like I have a cut, I really don't want my cut to just fall off midway through, to crack off, to crumble off midway through. That would not be a very good thing, my friends. So instead I use this. But this also smears. So there's a setting powder, an actual type of powder, and they make a spray, if you would prefer that you put over your makeup in order to keep it for longer. And again, from further away, this looks more believable. Like, oh, Ms. Kirkham, that's so scary. But from closer, you can kind of tell the differences. So if I were doing this for a real situation and not just doing it quickly, I would likely want to fix those edges. And I would also probably have put, what kind of gum? Not chewing gum. Spirit gum. Spirit gum, which is a type of almost glue that holds those things on your face. So again, things that you could use to add to this look would be spirit gum to help stick it on so that it doesn't just fall off. It was kind of falling off after I stepped away to teach a class. You could add setting powder or setting spray so that way it doesn't stay, it stays longer. It doesn't just fall off. But this is just a really quick way, my students, of how you can make kind of cuts and scary things. Ms. Kirkham, why do you show this? Well, you're going to see makeup like this done around town, specifically during times like Halloween, things like that. And I want you to know it's 100% pretend. Not one part of it is real, absolutely fake. The person wearing it is completely safe. So if anyone ever tries to scare you, you can look at them and go, no, I know better. That's pretend. I know because Ms. Kirkham showed me. Until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful rest of your weekend, and enjoy the rest of today as well. Goodbye.